All right, everybody. Sorry for the delay. It's me, Nitin, and I know you probably expect I was pretty excited um, when we got the Alpha Lab update just basically a couple days after I predicted it would, right? And I was, but I've just been pretty backed up with a couple other things. So um, while this isn't the most pressing or most up to date video, I just kind of wanted to cover everything, all the important stuff about the Alpha Lab update and update you on what to expect moving forward. So let's do that real quick. First off, just to verify my prediction, right? So when this dropped, I tweeted 4 days off with my prediction, and I'm not even mad. Let's go, because this was on the 26th. I predicted the 22nd. If you remember, I'm pretty sure I said it in the video because the 22nd was on a Saturday. I figured it could be either on the Friday before or the Monday after. And then Draggles, the community lead, actually followed up, or editor in chief, sorry, followed up and said I was only 2 days off the original timing, but they had to push it a bit. So 2 days off. It was the Monday that they were actually looking at. Turns out I was right. Wow, woohoo, crazy. The whole 2XAO Discord, who roasted me for this theory, was wrong. Cool. Anyways, so everything that came with that update, we figured out, or they told us about the Alpha Lab. They told us about a change to Ari. They told us that there's going to be a build playable at Evo. All really cool stuff, right? Um, the important thing to know about the Evo build is they did clarify in the video. I thought it was the same build as the Alpha Lab, but it just didn't have online play, but it did have offline play. No, this is the same gameplay build as the Alpha Lab apparently, but it is offline versus only for Evo. So it's not going to have like all the around game features that they talk about in the video. It's not the whole first draft of the game. It's just going to be basically the new champ and gameplay. So still really exciting. I'm excited to see what's changed. I'm excited to see the next champ, which is definitely Braum. And if it's not Braum, then I think it's Blitz or Aphelios. But some people think it's Ashe. I think that's actual cope. Um, just because Ashe as an Evo announcement, I think would fall a little flat personally. Like I trust they can make her cool in the game, but at the end of the day, like a Frost Ranger, like it's kind of been done before. I don't think people would be too stoked about it. So, what else do we have here? Recently, we had, if you guys remember, there was this quote unquote leak talking about 2XKO eyeing an early 25 release date, and in the actual trailer, or not trailer, I'm sorry, in the actual story, they said possibly even targeting January, right? And we saw Tom Cannon responded to it, saying it's lies, which I don't know if you want to take that as lies as in they're not January's off the table, or if they're not targeting early 2025. I kind of go with the latter. I don't think it's going to be in the first 3 months of the year. Um, and I even asked about that in the Discord when Draggles was chilling in there the other day. I said I would suggest updating us on launch window whenever realistically possible. People are all over the place on when to expect this game. Uh, and he let us know what we have here on record is lies as the last source of truth. So he verifies that this isn't like just some meme post. I don't think it was vague posting saying like, "Oh, it's not technically January, but it's February." Haha. So that's kind of my guess. I really hope this game drops before EVO next year. EVO 2025 with 2XKO there just sounds right. It's always been big stuff for the game at EVO, so um, I'm hoping on that. But we find out the game list for EVO like January, February every year. So unless that changes and they announce later, or maybe 2XKO at some point between now and then like announces their release date actually, and let's say it's like April Mayish, then I still think it could be possible to be at Evo. But if we don't have a release date by the time that the game list for Evo drops, I wouldn't be super hopeful that this game is going to be out for next Evo, which would be a little bit of a bummer. But um, I'm a believer personally, so we'll see. Um, and then the only other stuff I want to talk about was in the Alpha Lab FAQ. There were a couple interesting things here that when I skimmed this the first time, I actually didn't catch all this stuff. So, first, people are going to ask inevitably when the Alpha Lab is starting. When do I get my code? I haven't got my code. It's the day before. What's going on? If you are selected to get in, you are going to get in literally when the Alpha Lab begins at 1 p.m. Pacific on August 8th. So it's the same day it starts, the same time it starts. which means it's going to be absolute chaos with people. Like Gmail servers are going to be going crazy with people spamming F5. I know I'm going to be that whole day just checking just to see if it drops early. Um, so that's definitely interesting. Then we have this comment, which is pretty cool. I want to run a 2xKO tournament or event during Alpha Lab. How do I do that? They say it's sick as hell, but heads up, it's meant to test online game flow, and it isn't meant to support TOs just yet. It won't include offline or local play. You're welcome to run an event, but it'll have to be offline or online. Sorry. So this I find interesting because they could have just said like, oh, it won't include off like this line, the offline or local play, but they also say it isn't set up to support TOs just yet. I do wonder if there's going to be any type of like system in the game, like a built-in tourney mode or something like that, or like if it could link up with like a Smash GG bracket or Start GG bracket. I just have the impression they're going to have like some kind of unique features in this game to help TOs out, whether it be for locals or majors. So I'm definitely interested to see what they're cooking here. We have a couple more things. Will there be more at-home playtests? They did talk about this in the video, but they said yeah. Although we don't have dates or specific info for you now, we'll always announce more coming up. And in the video, I believe they mentioned like, yeah, how often, and how many extra playtests you get depends on like what we identify as stuff that needs to be fixed and how long it takes to fix. So that's cool to know that there's more tests. I mean, I kind of assumed it. I feel like it'd be weird to just here's a test in August. We'll talk to you guys in like 8 months or whatever. I feel like now's the time they're really gonna try to get us like kind of consistent time with the game, testing new stuff as they change things and make sure they're heading in the right direction. Then the last one is how will the game differ between Alpha Lab and launch? This version of the game that'll be available during Alpha Lab is very much a work in progress, but it will feel that way. What? Oh, and it will feel that way. Players who participate in Alpha Lab will get a good idea of what the game's all about, but shouldn't expect a level of polish anywhere near that of a final product or even some other fighting game playtests. Again, there's going to be some very unfinished stuff in there, but by collecting your feedback this early, we're giving ourselves as much time as possible to improve the game before it launches for everyone in 2025. This is pretty interesting to me because they talk about like just level of polish, and they don't say like it's gonna be missing a lot of things. And in the video, they said like, oh, all the around game is gonna be there, and we want to know that we're heading in the right direction and all that stuff, and let us know what is missing. To me, I really think the Alpha Lab is going to have basically every feature that they plan to have in for launch, maybe minus like a couple little things, but it's just going to be like in various stages of completion. So maybe there's a replay mode, but it's like super basic and you can just kind of rewind, pause, fast forward or something. Or maybe there's a in-game tournament mode that is just super duper basic, or like ranked is just like just showing you elo and your number going up and down and that's it, or whatever it might be. So I think it's going to be like mostly a complete game. Just obviously like stuff is going to be like all done necessarily. So we'll definitely hear more about that right after Evo, leading up to that, considering we have like 2 weeks, I think, in between, 2 or 3 weeks. So definitely something to look forward to. It's really a hype time. In the next 6 weeks, assuming I can get into the Alpha Lab, I'll have 2 additional weeks of playtime with the game in a 6-week span, which is pretty wild. We're really kind of getting into the home stretch here, and I'm really hoping that the game is going to be out sooner than later, even though they confirmed not early 25. We really got to hope for mid 2025, with the release date being confirmed by like end of the year. So I think it's Riot's 15th anniversary this year or something like that. I should double check that, but either way, definitely something to look forward to, and hopefully we see some cool stuff. I've mentioned it before, but I will be going to Evo, so I'm going to be doing everything in my power to get time to record the game, get some interviews. So if you guys have questions for the devs or anything that you really want answers to, drop them in the comments below. I already have like a list going with people from the Discord, and obviously nothing is confirmed there yet, but hopefully they'll let me check out the game and get some footage for you guys, because I want to lab out some cool stuff. I want to check out the new character. I want to spend some time with Echo, and I don't want to have to wait in line for 20-30 minutes every couple of games I play. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Hopefully they have leverless setups there too. That's one thing I'm really hoping for, because they definitely did at Evo Japan, and I'm really hoping the booth has those 16 X's under each of the monitors, because if they're sticking with that theme and it wasn't just like a one-off, I do kind of think that could be hinting at launch roster size. But I don't know. That could be some cope. We'll see. But either way, thanks for checking out the video. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate any likes, subscribes, comments, share with your friends, anyone who you know is hyped about this game. And we'll be dropping probably one more video right before EVO, assuming they share some more info before then. And then I will be recording EVO as much as I can, kind of vlog style, and like I said, interviews with the dev team and maybe any players that are there. Yeah, it should be a really good time. Oh, the other thing too, Sajam mentioned that on Friday at Evo there's going to be a Sajam Slam of some kind. I think that's 2XKO, low key, because he said like, oh, you guys will have like, you guys will really enjoy what we have going on that Friday or something like that. So it'd be weird to me if he hyped it up and it's just like another Tekken Sajam Slam in person. Maybe that's the case. It's on the table, but I feel like it's 2XKO, low key. But yeah, thanks for checking out the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.